So hello everyone, and one more video on a string object. I'm going to show you uh, how to work with empty strings, as in to find out if the string is empty or not. Now, there are many possibilities. When you are reading a string from the user, somebody might not put anything here. Somebody might put in a single space or multiple spaces here. These are still considered as empty strings. So I'm going to show you three ways in which you can tackle finding out whether a input is empty or not. Let us start with the very primitive one for beginners. So we will fetch in the value from the text box, and we are going to use the simpler property, that's the length property, and simply find out if the length is 0, and then that should suffice. So a dot length is what we are going to use, and yeah, we'll just go ahead and check if the value of b is 0, then we'll say the string is empty. Okay, so I think this should work. So let's test it out. I'm not entering anything in the string text box. I'm not entering, not even a space, nothing. It's just as it is. And when I click, it says the string is empty. But what if I entered, oh, maybe if I entered some characters, it wouldn't show me this because the string is not empty. But what if I entered a space? So obviously this is still an empty string, right? We don't expect a space when we are asking somebody to enter the name. So other thing I might want to do is directly check the string A itself, is if A is empty, or if A is containing a single space, maybe we can just go ahead and print this and say the string is empty. But okay, we'll have to be able to identify, we are getting this from the length property, and we are getting this from the quotes method, right? The quoted string. So let us try this. So when I don't put in anything, I will get two outputs. One is the string length is empty. The other is the string is empty because of the quotes method. Because when I don't enter anything in the text box, this is what applies. But if I entered a single space, I should be getting only one output, and that is based on the quotes. But what if user is entering multiple spaces like this? So now there are so many characters entered and they are all spaces. Again, this is a empty string. So one option, a very simple option, but sort of a foolproof option, is you can go ahead and use the replace function. The replace is a method which is in the string object, and what it does is it replaces the first occurrence of a character or a string or a substring with something else. So basically I'm going to use the replace, and I'm going to use something called as the concept of regular expression. I would want to show you that how it is done. So I'm going to create a variable here. Let's say the variable c equals, where is the string? It's in a. The general syntax would be, we would have the string to be replaced written over here, all right, and to be replaced by what should be written over here. Now what we are going to do is, I'm going to use the regular expression. So I'm going to use the delimiter forward slash. A forward slash acts as a delimiter in regular expression. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to put in one space here and another forward slash. And we will replace this with empty string. Now what this is actually going to do is it is going to replace the first occurrence of the space with uh, a null string, null character, which means the space would be removed from the string A. But this will happen only with the first occurrence. Now I want this to be applied globally across the string so that every occurrence of the space is replaced by an empty character. So what do we do is we will add in the modifier, that's the G modifier. G stands for global. What this will do is every space will now be replaced with an empty character. So if I do this, what will happen is every space will be removed, right? Now, whatever is left, we will try and find the length of that string and see if it is 0 or not, right? So we will need one more variable. So C should be containing the string where all the spaces are replaced with empty characters. So here is where I'm going to put in my final condition. If D is equal to 0, then we would print in the string is empty, and we are using the replace method. So let us try this and see which of these is giving me correct outputs every time I try to put in a empty string. So first, I'm not going to put in anything here. So let me see. It says string length is empty using the length method property, so that works. Even the quotes is working fine, and even the replace is working fine. Well, how about I put in a few space, maybe just one, and let us try. So the length is not working, but the quotes is working, and the replace is working. What if I placed in multiple spaces here? Okay, nothing is working except for the replace method. So this is a sort of a foolproof method. What you are basically doing is you are replacing every occurrence of a space. Note there's a space in between. Okay, so every occurrence of a space in a string is replaced by an empty character, which means that the string size should reduce. If there was at least one character, let me show you that. Let's say I've entered some character and it has many spaces and just one character. What will happen? All the occurrences of the spaces will be replaced by that empty character, and only a character will be left out. So if you try to find the length of that string which has the letter A, it will never come to 0. So this will not apply, right? So this is a valid string. See, nothing is coming when I click here. So if you want to go ahead and check whether it is working perfect or not, I can just go ahead and show you. Right, so now if I try to enter multiple spaces and at least okay, I need to enter multiple spaces and a character. Right, that's my string. It will tell you it's not empty. But if there was no character, just spaces, it would say it is still an empty string. See, so in all these methods, this is sort of a foolproof way in which you can find out whether a string is empty or not, provided you are considering the spaces as a part of an empty string. Right, that's all for this video. You can go ahead and try this thing out, and I'll catch you in the next one.